Okay, listen, picture this. You're in your car heading to the gym because you got a crazy chest workout you gotta do. Okay? But today is a special day because today you're going to attempt a new bench PR.
What?
Obviously, before you get to the gym, get some pre-workout. Maybe some C4 or whatever other weird ones they have. It don't matter, you just need your caffeine, you know? You need your 500 milligrams of caffeine and whatnot. So you get to the gym. You warm up, you know, do your quick shoulder warm-ups, you know? So you feel better. And after you finish warming up, you put the 2 plates on the bar. So you get somebody to spot you. You get excited. You concentrate. And you did it. You barely did it, but you did it. So you rack the weight. And you're celebrating and happy and everything. Because you finally got 2 plates. So while you're celebrating, you know, you sit down and rest to maybe do another set. So you open your phone, probably go on Instagram. And the first reel you see is of a 16-year-old benching your entire PR for reps like it's nothing. You know when you heard how benching 2 plates, it's like 1% or 0.1% of the population or some shit like that? Feels like nothing right now. Honestly, I feel you. The gym inflation is real, man. Like, this is crazy. The problem is that social media always pushes crazy lifts, and the people with the
1 in a million, 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 1 in how much?
1 in a million genetic lottery. This usually gathers a lot of attention and likes, which pushes it to even more people to see. But another reason why you see many of these people setting such high numbers in the gym is because they most likely, you know, most definitely are taking crazy stuff, if you catch my flow. Now, regardless if you are with or against influencers talking about their steroid use, if they have used any, instead of lying to their audience, we can all unanimously agree that teenagers should not be using any type of performance-enhancing drugs to try to enhance their current physique. Now, unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in, which is why we get people like this guy. Now, listen, I know you've probably heard other people talking about him, or people like him, like this guy or this other guy. But regardless, this problem is not really stopping. Matter of fact, it's kind of getting out of hand. Because of the constant glorification of blasting stories at a young age and getting a partnership from a big fitness brand and getting a lot of money, you know, that dream, it looks good for many impressionable teenagers and young people in general. And all of that is being pushed by an algorithm that doesn't really care about anything except engagement. And it doesn't really show any of the bad sides, any of the life-altering sides of doing or using any of these performance-enhancing drugs. Like, look at a 17-year-old blasting freaking Trenbolone at his young age.
I took Tren at the age of 17 years old, and I didn't have any blood pressure issues.
And for the people watching this, I don't know if you know this, but Tren is seen as like the King Von of performance-enhancing drugs, to the point that many bodybuilders refrain from using it because of its side effects compared to other compounds. And look what he says in this specific video.
I took Tren at the age of 17 years old, and I didn't have any blood pressure issues. These solutions don't just preside to people on Tren, but just anyone. So, first of all, I made sure I did my daily cardio in the morning, which is 20 to 30 minutes, and I made sure to get 10,000 to 12,000 steps every single day. I made sure my diet was pretty strict, and I made sure that I took my electrolytes every single day.
Look, man, it doesn't really matter how hard you try to make it healthy. The side effects will still hit you hard regardless. It's like trying to join poison with honey and expecting it not to have an effect on you. Like, come on now. And you know, man, like, jokes aside, this really is a big problem that we have right now. Like, this 17-year-old blasting Trenbolone just to get a physique that you can attain naturally. With a few years of lifting, you know, dialing in your diet, focusing on your training and everything, you truly can get this physique naturally. And the thing is, some of these people, when they start blasting and taking PEDs, they get a physique that they're not satisfied with. They think it's not enough. So they think if they get a higher dosage or get a stronger compound, they can achieve a better physique. But the problem is, most of the time, it's not really like that. It's not always as simple as it seems, you know, just up the dosage and you're gonna get more muscle. Usually, it's not like that. Usually, when you up the dosage, you just age more, you get more acne. The side effects just accelerate faster, but you don't really gain a lot more muscle. And I just want to say that I have some first-hand experience because I know some people personally that have taken some compounds or some type of SARMs to try to accelerate the process of gaining muscle and maybe even becoming leaner. And it's just crazy, man. Like, you really do not need to do any of this. If you just lock in your diet and you just train hard and be consistent, that's usually enough to gain a very impressive physique. But at the end of the day, man, just go outside. Whatever you see on the internet, that's not reality. You don't see people in real life benching 500 kilos, for reps. That's not the normal, man. Just everybody has body dysmorphia nowadays, but don't let it dictate your life. And always remember, comparison is the thief of joy.